Here is a flaw in your stance that could at worst be making you get stopped in the ring, standing 8 count, or even knocked down, and at the least, taking away your countering opportunities, taking away your control of the ring. Make sure you watch this entire video so you understand what it is and also how to fix it, because you might not even know you do this, and until what is unknown becomes known, it can control your destiny as a boxer, and you'll be wondering why you're not more successful. But then hopefully at the end of this, if you happen to have this type of challenge and opportunity in your arsenal, we'll fix it. All right, now remember, we'll take time to fix it. Coach Keith Kevin here, professional amateur boxing coach for 15 plus years. All right, now, we talk a lot about, with stance, with positioning, about the idea defensively of being able to move, right? And knowing your balance, not falling forward, not falling too far back, whether it's a 50-50 or a 60-40 on the back leg. No one really teaches 60-40 the other way. You know, if I'm orthodox, don't do that unless you're trying to bait stuff. But we talk about those things. And we talk about defending punches. Obviously, you can use your feet to, if you get away, to not get hit by a punch, but using your hands to block punches and things like that. But then there's many nuances with that. If I just put my hand up like this and you shoot a punch hard and I'm a relaxed arm right now, what's going to happen? It's going to control me. It's going to control my head. I'm going to still absorb a lot of that punishment. All right. Now, if I have a helmet on and I have a big fat glove on, it will dissipate some of that force, I believe, but not as much as we'd like for it. And I've knocked out plenty of people with headgear on. I can't say I've ever actually dropped anybody punching through their glove with a headgear on, but definitely in an actual fight with no headgear, meaning a pro fight, and 8 to 10 ounce gloves, I've definitely seen people get stopped like this, punched through the glove, boom, smashes in, vibrates the brain, causes that loss of equilibrium or concussion, and puts them down, particularly if they've been damaged before. If their brain has been getting rocked by hard jabs or other punches, and then now they're more susceptible, and then boom, lights go out or equilibrium is gone, and they're done. Now, as well, if we have punches that we block, and you get thrown around by punches that you're still blocking, but they're throwing you around, that's gonna make it so you can't counter, and it's gonna lead a ref to be more likely to stop the action, as an amateur give you a standing 8 count, or as a pro, perhaps stop the fight. All right? Now, how do we address this? And let me tell you the main place I see this, so look out for this in your arsenal. I see it when a right hand comes. So orthodox, unorthodox, somebody shoots a big right hand, they block that right hand, but then it's still, or even if they don't block it, they get hit by it, they rock back like this. There's that little bit of their body that is not braced for it, and they're almost accepting the impact of the blow, and it falls, makes them fall back like this. And so sometimes they'll get hit more off of this, but at the very least, they're not in a position to do anything. So what it looks like kind of real action here is maybe they'll throw like boom, boom, bam, and then boom, they get hit like that, and then they have to readjust stance. And there's been quite a few people I've worked with in person, and even a couple people online I work with, that they have this challenge. I'll see this in their sparring, that they'll continually, I call it like a fallback step, and they're not in a position, they're not ready to punch. Now granted, you can swing back. I can be here and maybe, you know, like jab, jab, swing back, do a shot, boom, boom, and do it thoughtfully and purposefully. But if it's not happening because of that, it is a problem. Now how do we fix this? A great way to fix it is, number one, first to be aware of it, to be mindful of it. So therefore, when a punch comes, you can basically brace for it to properly block it, so you're in a position where you roll it, catch it, whatever, and now you can counter off of it, because that's the opportunity. Again, if I catch a punch, and even if I don't hit myself with it, I catch it nicely, but it knocks me back like this, it's going to be hard for me to get certain counters off. But if I can brace for it, then I can get my counters. So keeping yourself in control. Remember, the name of the game in boxing is control. If you're controlling somebody, it's going to allow you to do what? To do what you want to do, and to land more punches, which is what boxing is all about, landing more punches. If someone is moving you around with their punches and getting you out of position, they're in more control, and they're probably going to be landing more punches. It's going to be hard for you to throw punches. Versus, if you learn to keep your stance and keep yourself in control, then you're able to be in the pocket, fire off, counter, do whatever you want, whenever you want, and that is the epitome of being a good boxer. A basic drill to work this is to have someone basically push you. So stand in front of you and push you with your stance so you get used to resisting that force. Because sometimes you guys that are more beginners, you'll have people that literally push their punches and push you around the ring and knock you around. You want to be able to keep your balance. Have people push you on the side, the other side, and from the front. So therefore you learn to resist it, because I see this happen too. People will kind of fade away, and it's a little bit of that hesitation effect again, where you see that big right coming, you're like, fading away from it, kind of leaning back from it, and then you get hit, and then boom, that happens. Or the same thing happens with the left hook. The left hook comes and you're kind of fading away from it. Now your equilibrium is over here, your balance is over here, and you get knocked off the side and you can't get off. Versus if I'm here and I literally almost meet it and block it, then I can get off anything I want. I'm not controlled. All right, now, if you want to level up this drill even more, once you get this down, have a little bit of music playing, or if you're outside and it's kind of loud out, this is the best way to do it. Close your eyes and have someone walk around you and give you little pushes on your shoulder so that you have to keep your stance no matter where they are and keep your balance. It's a great way for you to teach yourself base and balance, but then also to not let punches or people move you. Now, the only downside to this, if not done properly or not done with the proper awareness, is that it can lead to just tight legs. And that's really a thing. I talk a lot about being loose, and get loose to go to the top, right? To quote two-time middleweight world champion Tony Zale. But when we think about looseness, oftentimes, because it's so easy to be tight up top, we think about arm looseness, which is right. We think about shoulders are too tight, they need to be relaxed. We think about, arms, fists tight, only squeeze at the end, things like that. Maybe like your core is just always too tight, right? All those things. But we don't oftentimes think about the legs being too tight, but that can be a real problem. A real problem. It's a problem that I actually had. And so you need to know how to have the legs loose and relaxed, but then to brace when you need a brace, just like snapping when you need a punch. Knowing how to base out, brace out is very important as a boxer. It comes from that twitchiness. It's very important to have that ability to twitch as a boxer. And then it also just comes from simply knowing how to relax and then tense, relax, and tense. All right? Now, this was kind of a short one, but it's something I've seen so many people struggle with. So if it's something that you see in your sparring, hey, do you film your sparring? You should. Yeah, I know it's hard. I didn't film enough of my sparring or really any of it, but you need to. You need to set up a camera, your phone. You have a camera built in. I didn't have that back in the 2000s when I boxed. And set it up with a tripod and film yourself sparring so you can go back and watch, because you'll be amazed at all the things you do, which you don't even know you do. And you're like, damn, that's why I'm struggling. But this might pop up. Or maybe you have film and you go through and you watch, and maybe you see, hey, people shoot shots and I kind of fall back. People shoot shots and I kind of fall back. And you notice you don't necessarily get off. You need to be aware of it. And you need to watch yourself to be aware of it, or at least when you're in the ring, be aware. Hey, am I kind of falling back from this? Versus bracing, maybe almost coming in on the block to allow for the counter to happen. If you're a shorter boxer too, you might have to come in on the block. So I'm here, I might have to come in on the catch, I might have to come in on this block, because that's what's actually going to get me even in the proper territory to throw my punches, all right? Comment below, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you watch out for the next video, like and subscribe. I'll see you there. Also, I have that product out, ComboCraft, a whole system on combination punching and how to flow it all together and how to really not force openings or even create openings, but allowing your punches to just flow through openings like water. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.